Is there any chance in your mind that maybe enough time has passed that it won't be so bad? It'll be
in Philly? Come on now. I know it's coming.
That was Ben Simmons asked about his return to Philadelphia. He hadn't played on the court there, and how quickly time goes. It's been 2.5 years since Ben Simmons took a court in Philadelphia, and he went on to say, Marc Spears of Manscaped, he went on to say that he really appreciated Philadelphia as a city, the Philadelphia sports fan, and the passion, all the things that you'd expect him to say. So how do you think this is going to go when Ben Simmons' Brooklyn net takes on the Sixers?
I think it's going to be kind of like that tooth that you need to get pulled, where you're like, you're dreading going to the dentist's office and you know it's coming. Like, I got a dentist appointment on December 1st, man. It's not going to be a good one. I know it's coming, but it has to happen. It's going to happen. And once I leave the office, I'm going to feel better. And I think that's going to be the case for Ben Simmons, man. He's going to go there. You know what you're getting. The fact that he's playing well helps. I saw him last week in Sacramento, and he looked like his own old self. He visited with Sacramento State's head coach, David Patrick, who is his godfather. And he told him to be effing Ben Simmons, to be himself. And it seemed like since that game in Sacramento, he's loosened up, played better, looked like his normal self, got back in the starting lineup. So in terms of the way he's playing, the timing is good. In terms of the booing, get ready for it. Like, are they going to play a tribute video? I think they have to, out of respect, right? You play a tribute video.
No, they don't have to.
No.
Don't do that.
It's kind of customary in the NBA to play a tribute video for somebody that had a significant, role in their franchise. I mean, as crazy as this might sound, Ben Simmons had overall a great career there. He was an all-star several times. I don't know that he's going to get a jersey. He won't get his jersey retired, but
no.
No. But no. But my point is, as a franchise, sometimes I think, like, when I look back, and I'm maybe going too deep on this, I remember when Melo went back to Denver for the first time, and they played a video that included also like Kenyon Martin, J.R. Smith, like everybody that went to New York that came back, and Melo, Camby was in it. I think that probably hurt him a little bit that he didn't get his own video. And so I think that sometimes you got to be the bigger person as a franchise. And although he's going to get booed, you're still showing the people that are on your team that your career here will always be respected. So I hope the Sixers do show a video no matter whether it gets booed or not.
Mark, obviously, as you were pointing out, there's been a tremendous turnaround in his play. Was it as simple as that conversation with his godfather, or was it the fact that maybe he's finally feeling healthy after all the things he's gone through?
I think it was rust, a lot of rust. As Michael said, I've been a Ben apologist for a while. I think mentally he's gotten over some things, back, knee, physically he's gotten over some things. And he's just playing basketball now, man. And so maybe coming off the bench helped him because it just there maybe wasn't as much pressure there. I do think his coach being like, man, just come on, man, just play basketball. And he was in a comfortable environment, and Sac, even though they got drilled that game, helped him. And so confidence is, I mean, you guys have been covering sports for a long time. I don't care how amazingly talented you are. If you don't have your confidence, you're shot. And I could see from that Sacramento game, that confidence, that old Ben smile, fun, it's coming back. And, if the Sixers are pretty injury riddled, if they're missing a bunch of guys and, the Nets have a good game, I think it will, regardless to what the fans are doing and saying, it could be maybe be fun for him. But I also remember some of the ugliness that we've seen in the NBA, whether it was Lamar Odom being in Boston and them chanting "ugly sister" when he's at the free throw line when he was dating Khloe Kardashian at the time. I was at a game in LA when Shaq made his return to Miami, and the Laker fans were either like Shaq fans or Kobe fans, and somebody had a picture of Shaq and Kobe holding like a championship trophy and an MVP trophy, and they had a rat head over Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant's head. So if there is a worry tonight, I worry about it being just an ugly environment, signs. You know, I was in Oklahoma City when a guy dressed up as a cupcake when Kevin Durant came back. Like the dude actually had a cupcake uniform. Michael, you like that one?
Top, man.
He was dressed up as a cupcake, man. Like, so that part's gonna be creative tonight. The Sixers fans are legendary. I saw him boo Destiny's Child once. So I expect them.
What are we going Destiny's Child for?
That tops
Destiny's
Santa. We know the Santa thing, but no, this is the next level. Destiny's Child
was in the
finals.
Destiny's
Child?
And Destiny's Child performed, and they had half Lakers, half Sixers outfit on. And because it was an all Sixers, the Sixers fans booed them. They booed Destiny's Child, Beyonce, Michelle Williams, whoever the third one was at that time.
Kelly Rowland.
You said whoever? You didn't mention Kelly Rowland first?
My bad.
I was going to say.
I meant
Kelly
to say
Rowland
Kelly.
was the first.
I think Michelle was
Kelly
there.
Rowland was the first.
Maybe your staff could get us some video or pictures of that. But Philly might be the most interesting place. They're going to come with it. I don't know if anything beats the cupcake uniform, but I expect the Sixers fans to give them some brotherly love for sure.
Well, Mark, can I ask you this real quick?
No,
go ahead, Michael.
Go ahead, Jim. No, you got it.
No, I just wanted to ask a basketball question as it relates to the Nets. If Ben Simmons is back and has his confidence and plays like the old Ben Simmons, and Kyrie is there, and Kyrie plays to the level that we know he can, and you got KD, what can we expect from the Nets? How dangerous are they?
They're championship dangerous. They're scary. They got shooters. The one thing they don't have, I think, that worries me about them is a lack of size. They're not a great rebounding team. They're not a great defensive team, but they got shooters, man. Curry's on the team, Joe Harris, they got some shooters. And so when you got Kevin Durant, Kyrie, if you got Ben playing on top level, they're scary. They got Patty Mills shooting. They got shooters everywhere on this squad. But it's about, the problem is that the focus hasn't been about basketball. It's been about everything else. So now with Kyrie back, now with Ben playing better, perhaps now where they're just close, they're still in November, they can focus on just basketball and be a force that they have on paper the potential to be. And Jacques Bond's doing a fantastic job coaching.
Hey, there's one member of the Brooklyn Nets that you didn't mention. I'm surprised that you forgot him. He's a all-star player, Mark. His name's Jaylen Brown. Yeah, he plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, he doesn't play for the Brooklyn Nets. Because if I listen to his comments, when I listen to Jaylen Brown's comments about Kyrie, I'm like, dude, hey, if your last name were Irving, you wouldn't be expected to cape so hard for Kyrie like you're doing. Have you been following this, Mark? Every step of the way. This goes beyond being part of the NBA Players Association leadership council, which he is. I know he's got a very prominent position in the Players Association. But every step of the way, he has said, "Oh yeah, Kyrie, Brooklyn. He's disagreed with Joe Tsai. He wound up doing something really, really stupid, where the group that Kyrie pretty much affiliated with, the people who Kyrie was tweeting and retweeting their stuff, they wound up protesting outside the arena in Brooklyn.
See, but he thought they were the
Jaylen Brown,
man.
Jaylen Brown thought they were a fraternity.
You know what is funny?
And he
retweets it. I have a group chat with some very prominent brothers on it, and they too thought it was a mega. So
come on.
I would give Jalen a pass because I'm like, if these cats that I'm tight with thought they were.
But that's just like, but it's not just that. Jaylen Brown essentially has, between his association with Kanye that he finally had to be talked out of. He was late to that. Yeah. His caping up for Kyrie in this situation that cost Kyrie games, and then the retweet. What am I missing? What's going on? And I get the sense that the Players Association never really came out with a strong enough rebuke of Kyrie, and I just wonder what you think that's about.
I thought the Players Association came with a strong statement. I had a diary with C.J. McCollum yesterday that was pretty strong in him being against what happened. Did you read that?
Yeah.
I thought C.J. was pretty strong.
Initially, it was.
I mean, I guess it was.
Their initial statement was about just randomly about anti-Semitism, but not necessarily specifically about what Kyrie was doing. And I'm just going to tell you. You tell me if I'm going too far here. I thought Brooklyn was very reasonable by saying, "This is what you've got to do to get back on the court." Jaylen Brown and others said, "Oh, that's unreasonable." What's unreasonable about it? The guy had 100 opportunities just to say, "I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah. I'm not an anti-Semite," and he didn't do it. What's an employer supposed to do? Oh, by the way, the employer is based in Brooklyn, where 600,000 people consider themselves Jews. What are you thinking, dude? Just say, "I'm sorry." He didn't. So I think Brooklyn was very fair with Kyrie Irving.
You know that choir didn't mention that when you were going to church, all them church services and all that you spoke of earlier. I feel like I'm in the choir right now. He just he just preaching to me. Go on, Pastor. Let it out.
I'd sit down. Jaylen Brown. I mean, it's one thing. It just blows my mind, Mark. Kyrie Irving essentially was suspended 8 games? Is it 8? It was 7 or 8 games.
I think it wound up at
7 or 8 games for retweeting something that maybe he did or did not read. Mm-hmm. But he retweeted it and then didn't back away from it. Jaylen Brown retweeted something. He didn't know what it was about. He did back away from it, but man, you're getting too close to the fire. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just don't get it. Tell me this: is Doc Rivers, the guy you covered in Boston? Mm-hmm. Is Doc Rivers in jeopardy of losing that gig in Philly? Man, they got some injuries. They're not playing up to expectations. Harden out, Embiid out for at least the next couple of games. Maxey.
I do think the pressure was on Doc once the season started, but with their injuries, it's not fair to let him go or to challenge him at this point. What do you want him to do? Make wine out of water? Team is beat up. If they're healthy and they were having these struggles, I think it'd be a different thing. But with all the injuries they're having, I don't know what anybody expects the Sixers to do right now.
Mark, you mentioned the diary that you're doing with C.J. McCollum. As an outsider, I'm always fascinated about how these things come about and how you go about choosing who you want to do projects with like this. Yeah. What was it that led you to C.J. in terms of all the players who are in the NBA, all the contacts you have? What was it about him that said, this is the dude I want to do a year-long diary with?
Yeah. Well, one, he's just a fascinating dude. He's president of the Players Union. Right. He's somebody that wanted to play in New Orleans. Obviously, they had an amazing run in the playoffs last year without Zion. Zion's back. So there's a Zion aspect to this as well. There's a labor stuff. So, you could constantly talk to him about what's happening, off the court, which led to his, words on Kyrie. Also, man, he's somebody maybe it's near and dear to my heart as somebody who has New Orleans ties and is going to be there for Thanksgiving, right? He has embraced the city. He goes on a date with his wife every week if he can to a different restaurant, try a different restaurant in the best restaurant city in the country, maybe in the world, right? I saw him in the rain last Saturday passing out turkeys in the New Orleans East, which is certainly challenged. And so he's just an interesting cat, man. Interesting to a father. Been married just a couple years. So there's so many different things that can talk about. One thing I love about him, like how serious he's taken this, is he wants to meet with me face to face and do his diary. And he, there've been players in the past who may not have taken it as seriously as him, but he cares about, like, he wants to edit it, Jim. To his diary, I'm like, yeah, you could edit it. He was like, wow. I email it to me. I want to do my own editing, and I respect that. Like he's taking this really, really seriously. So now I think we're getting in a better groove where when I interview him next month in Salt Lake City, because I figured he had time there to do his diary over the course of 2 games in 4 days in Salt Lake.
What you trying to say about Salt Lake, Mark?
I enjoy Salt Lake. I love Salt, but yeah, especially Park City. It's cool.
You're a better man than me.
I think it's beautiful.
And me too. Right.
Really beautiful time of the year. You know, I got my boy Lassie Mitchell. We went to San Jose State together, so he knows the spots. So
yeah.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
As a restaurant aficionado, maybe he didn't have as many places to choose from.
Okay, all right. Real quick, I keep begging the Golden State Warriors. Somebody listen to me. Take my phone calls. I'm trying to bring Jonathan Kuminga to Boston.
No,
I know they got blown out.
No,
I know. I love him. I love him.
For who?
Anybody. Not anybody, but reasonable.
Well, it's anybody.
Reasonable. Hey, how about Sam Hauser? How about Sam Hauser? Straight up, Sam Hauser for Jonathan Kuminga. You want to do it? You want to do it? How about Sam Hauser and Luke Cornett for Jonathan Kuminga and a 2nd-round pick? No, I love this kid. No, really. I think this kid has got so much potential. And I know the Warriors did it again last night. They don't play Steph. They don't play Clay. They didn't play Draymond or Wiggins. And they get blown out by the Pelicans. Kuminga winds up hitting his head on the backboard on a dunk. It's just insane. Yeah. Tell me what you think, and the last question for me, what do you think of this kid when he's fully formed, 3 years, 4 years, what do you think he's got in him?
Well, I got to watch him with the G League Ignite. So I saw him before he got into the league, and he was doing special things then. I think this kid is going to get better and better and better. He's like LeBron-sized player, LeBron-type athlete. He just needs to get around more basketball. This isn't somebody who's played basketball since he was 5, like a lot of us were, right? So he's still mastering the game. He's still mastering the complications of what the Warriors do. But once he locks it down, I mean, he has potential to be better than any of their young players. He's just got that much. So I think you're gonna have to bring in like Malcolm Brogdon or something like that if you want your Celtics to like get a sniff at Kuminga.
How about Derek White?
No,
get a little warmer there.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not, Charlie? Why not?
As a lifelong Warriors fan, somebody who sat up in the $5 seats at the old Oakland Alameda Coliseum Arena.
Yeah.
Jonathan Kuminga, to me, has the ability or the skill set to be one of the league's best. And if they were to trade him, I might have to get up off my squad. That's just how I feel. This kid is so young.
Hey, man, your boy just was. Don't waste your energy, Jim.
Look at that.
Yeah, no. So, and the other, but what I wanted to ask you, Mark, before we get out of here real quick, is like I'm always asking about James Wiseman. What do you see? What do you see in James? And like Nat and I have had this discussion where she talks about possibly trading James because she doesn't think he fits there. Your thoughts on that? Because I'm a James Wiseman fan. I think if you give him time to play, he's another guy who hasn't played much basketball the last 3 years. I think he has a chance to be really special in this league.
Well, I'm with you. I'm sticking with him. I saw him at the Hoop Summit years ago, and I saw David Robinson. That's what I saw. Crazy athlete, runs the floor like somebody that's not supposed to be that tall, runs the floor, block shots. And I think Steve said he thinks Wiseman's problem was a combination of injuries and the pandemic stunning his growth. I also think it's a confidence thing, like not catching the ball, every time he misses, being down on himself, being a step behind. So mental from a confidence standpoint and mental just from a catching up to the basketball speed standpoint. So I do think sending him to the G League, to the Santa Cruz Warriors, was a brilliant thing to do. He's had good numbers there. But right now, I mean, I think the Warriors probably need to sign another big. They need a veteran big. Maybe Dwight Howard, maybe a DeMarcus Cousins might help them. But I'm not giving up on this kid. You send him somewhere else, he's gonna come back and haunt you. And
Absolutely.
So I think there just needs to be some more patience and get him ready by midseason. But they're not rushing him out of Santa Cruz. They want him to be so dominant in the G League that like he forces you to bring him back.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.